Hi y'all, it's Haley from Carrots for Michaelmas, and this is the Ask Me Anything vlog series, part 3. I'm sorry if I'm hard to hear. I'm going to get a mic so that next time I record one of these, you'll be able to hear me better. So sorry about that. I know it's quiet. Trying to fix it. So without further ado, here is part 3. What's our method for getting babies to sleep? This is another one. Every kid is so different and every family is different, and you just have to figure out what works for your kid and your family. With Benjamin, he had reflux and colic, and I don't know if anything would have really helped him sleep well all night. He was about a year old when he first started sleeping through the night semi-consistently. And until then, he was up almost every hour until he turned like the 9-month corner. We tried a lot of different things. Nothing really seemed to work that great. With the girls, they didn't have quite the same challenges, and with them, what worked is we would co-sleep for the first 6 months or so, and Daniel would actually sleep on our couch, and I would be in our bedroom with the baby in the bed. Partly because then I wasn't stressed out about waking up Daniel when the baby would wake up to nurse, since he has to be at work all day. And also it made it so he would definitely get a stretch of sleep, so that if I was kind of on duty with the baby between, say, 9 p.m. and 3 a.m., he could get a stretch of about 6 hours, and then I could bring the baby out, and he would be with the baby from 3 a.m. to 5:30, 6 a.m. when the other kids got up. He'd usually try to keep them quiet so I could sleep until the baby needed to nurse again, or he'd bring the baby in and take it back out. So that way we were both getting at least some sleep every night, and the baby seemed to sleep decently with me in bed. And so, the baby would be up and we'd nurse and they'd go back to sleep. So I was getting some sleep and then a good stretch right before breakfast. And then in about 6 months, it just stops working, or at least with the two girls. A lot of families can go on or switch earlier. I think it just depends on the child. But with Lucy and Gwen, somewhere between 4.5 and 6.5 months, they start waking up all the time when they're co-sleeping. And so at that point, I move them into a bedroom by themselves in a crib, and just go in and nurse them when I hear them cry out. So we don't really do cry it out at that point. I guess with the girls, we didn't really have to do any of that at all. So I would go in and nurse, and we did that until about 12 months. And something about being in a separate room, they just slept better than they did next to me. Maybe this is completely unscientific, but in my brain, it's that they're smelling the milk, and when they're in a separate room, for some reason, they're not. I don't know. Maybe that's crazy. But, yeah, so I would just go in and nurse them a few times a night, and they would go back to sleep pretty well after that. And then once they stop needing to do that, we'll put them to bed, awake but sleepy. And both Lucy and Gwen really didn't have any trouble going to sleep at the beginning of the night, or putting themselves back to sleep if they woke up at some point. But I think that's partly them and their personalities. That would have been really impossible for Benjamin when he was a baby. So, follow your instinct, see what works for your kid, and see what works for your family. I feel like we've kind of fallen into a groove that works for us now. And who knows, we might get thrown a curveball sometime in the future with a baby that we don't know how to get them to sleep again. So, who knows. Do we do catechism? Oh my gosh, I think a squirrel just fell out of a tree. Okay, sorry. Do we do catechism at home or at our parish? Benjamin's 5.5, and we have just been doing some stuff at home, but I think he's going to start doing the religious education classes after Mass at our parish in the fall. Lucy won't turn 3 till October, so I think she's still a little bit too young. do we go to a Novus Ordo Mass or Latin Mass? We go to a Novus Ordo Mass. There's actually not a Latin Mass available in our town or in the surrounding areas. We really love the Latin Mass, and that's what we went to when we lived in Texas. And we'd love to do that again, but it's just not available right now. So yeah. What do we do with picky eaters? I think we got lucky because none of our kids are picky eaters at all. I could chalk this up to what we've done, how we've approached food with them, but I think a lot of it really comes down to a kid's personality. And so parents could do exactly the same things we did and have really picky eaters. But here's what we did, just in case it helps anybody. We really didn't offer them options that we weren't really excited about. So, and they eat whatever we eat. We don't do separate meals for different kids. We do kind of tone down spices because Benjamin seems particularly sensitive to spices. Lucy's kind of going through that too. So we'll tone down the spices, and Daniel and I will just add extras to our plates. But we offer them choices that we're happy with, and they don't have to eat everything. So, we'll kind of say, do you want to eat your carrots, or would you rather just eat your green beans? And then they do have some kind of choice, but it's choices that we can live with. And we just don't offer them those things that they would rather eat instead, and they have to wait till later. So we do sit down as a family and all eat the same meal, and if it's not something they like, then they can wait until the next meal. If they eat their meal, then they can have bananas or apples as snacks between meals. But we went through a phase with Benjamin where he would just not eat his meal and then would eat bananas all day long. And, bananas aren't bad for you, but if all you're eating is bananas, it's not great. So that's when we kind of insisted that you have to make a good effort at your plate, and then you can have snacks later. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and feel free to leave more Ask Me Anythings in the comments, and I might do another vlog sometime. I also want to tell y'all that our book, let's see if I can get in the camera, Feast, is going to be part of the Ultimate Healthy Living ebook bundle sale coming up on September 10th. And it's really cool. I'm really excited about it. We've done this, a bundle sale once before, and it was really fun. And basically you get dozens of really great ebooks for about $30 and some bonuses and e-courses. So you can read more about it. I'll leave some info in the show notes. But if you sign up to be notified by email when the sale launches on September 10th, then you have the opportunity to get some special rewards. Depending on how many other people you get to sign up to be notified by email. So you could get $5 off, or you could get a free e-course, or you could get a whole free bundle depending on how many people go through your referral link. So check it out, and talk to you later. Bye.